Hi, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Litter Media Live. I'm Mike Smith, along with Aaron Glandon. Dan Ramey is on assignment. And it's a Wednesday, February 21st of 2024.
Yes, it is.
It's also known as what day? This is what Dan does to me, and I have to come in and fill in.
Hump day?
Hey, thank you very much.
I wasn't sure if that was what you were looking for or not.
That's exactly what we were looking
Okay.
for. Good job, man. He's learning. He's catching on. Yeah, it's hump day. Of course, I know the commercial with the camera, or the camel, was the one that made it probably even more famous, but that term far precedes the camel commercial. I can't even remember what the commercial was, do you?
It was a camel coming into an office, and he was real excited because it was hump day.
But what were they promoting? What was the commercial about?
Oh.
See, that's it. Some of these commercials are so catchy, you forget what product
I don't know.
they're doing.
Because it wouldn't be cigarettes.
Well, no. Those were banned on TV and radio advertising many years ago.
I don't know.
Somebody will have to.
I'm going to look it up.
Somebody will have to help us out on that. But yeah, that was such an effective campaign, or maybe too effective, that you can't even remember. What were we promoting, by the way? Well, good to have you along with us today. It's last day before rain. We're looking for sunshine today and a high of 56. The rain could possibly move in sometime after midnight tonight and be with us throughout the day tomorrow. A little bit blustery with that rain tomorrow, but still temperatures in the low 50s. Drying out on Friday, but a little cooler, sunshine and a high 48. The coldest day of the week that we're seeing, and I don't think it's far enough down the line on our graph here, but it's Saturday, I think, where they're talking about a high of only 37, but then popping back up into the 40s on Sunday. So not a complete cold weekend. A lot to talk about today in our news topics, sports, all SVC, all district basketball teams announced, high school tournament games last night, including a big upset in boys Division II tournament action. Just some of the things that we're talking about, along with our This Date in History, which has a sports theme today. All that coming up with...
Well, first, do you want to know what the commercial was?
Yes, please. If
it was a Geico commercial.
Geico. And they're the goofy ones, so I should have probably remembered that. Yeah, Geico. Hump Day. More coming up on Litter Media Live.
But first, let's tell you about Scioto Valley Dumpsters. If you are in need of a cleanup job, call these guys. They'll bring a dumpster to you and help you get anything you need cleaned up. 740-253-8389. And if you're watching us on Facebook or on YouTube, you see that ghost map in the background. If you live in any of those counties, they can help you out. Scioto Valley Dumpsters, 740-253-8389. Tell them Dan, Mike, and Aaron sent you.
It's the details that make the difference between good enough and simply the best. At Skag Power Equipment, the difference is in designing lawnmowers with your convenience and comfort in mind. At Skag, we believe that quality and substance matter, and that you'll appreciate the attention to detail and craftsmanship we put into every single product. Thick steel and heavy-duty components provide you with unmatched reliability and performance. Skag, simply the best.
Whenever I first applied for the Archways opportunity, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
Worth it if you enjoy it. Michelob Ultra.
And if you'd like to find out what's happening in the latest in news and sports, you can always find it on our website at littermedia.com. This is a little bit of what it looks like. And in fact, some stories that were just added yesterday and last night that you'll find online. When we come on this program to talk about the topics, we just kind of give you a teaser, but if you want more details, you go to the website to get the full-blown story. Chillicothe Kiwanis Club and the Ross County Ministerial Association will be hosting their annual Ohio Statehood Day prayer breakfast on Saturday, March the 2nd. That's at 8:30 a.m. The event will be hosted at the First Presbyterian Church of Chillicothe, located at 13 Mead Drive. Now, this year's Statehood Day Achievement Award goes to this lovely couple who anybody in Chillicothe and surrounding counties are probably pretty familiar with, Bill and Linda Herrnstein. They represent the best of the spirit of Ohio through their community service and their devotion and dedication in the philanthropic endeavors supporting the arts, higher education, and economic development throughout our community and the state of Ohio. Of course, for folks old like me, Herrnstein auto dealership, that started with Bill's dad. And then Bill, of course, took it from there. His son Bart took it from there. But what a great legacy of business and entrepreneurship here in our community. We congratulate those folks.
You can come to the North Side branch of the Chillicothe and Ross County Public Library from 10 a.m. to noon on this Saturday to choose from their graciously donated dresses, suits, dress shirts, and accessories for your formal occasion for free. And herein there's this image that they've shared. They're promoting their prom closet is what they're calling it.
Yeah,
so.
And as you can see also, it's mostly geared for teenagers. Maybe they've fallen on some hard times, can't afford to go out and buy an expensive suit or prom dress. Well, this is a great opportunity for those youngsters to not lose out on that prom experience. Ohio Department of Commerce has explained the nuances of liquor options that oftentimes appear on election ballots for voters to consider. You'll see like Sunday sales, whether liquor can be sold in the township. And a lot of times, if you've ever voted on this, it's kind of like you're scratching your head. Okay, what exactly does this mean? Well, check out our website story at littermedia.com. And I think it'll be a big help to you to understand what it is that it's asking voters to consider. And I believe there's also a link within that story that has liquor options that will be considered by voters in townships and counties throughout the state of Ohio. So you can check that out there. Speaking of alcohol, St. Patrick's Day Cocktails Workshop will be held at Ohio University Chillicothe on February 26th. I think this is designed to be kind of a fun thing in the spirit of St. Patty's Day. If you'd like to go, you need to register by February 23rd, but again, that is going to be held on February 26th. From 6 to 8 p.m., it's $45. Tara Gillum, who, by the way, was the Entrepreneur of the Year, honored by the Chamber a few years back from Steiner's Speakeasy, she'll be, I guess, the instructor for the day.
Yeah. Highland County Community Action Organization has announced a digital literacy training program specially designed for seniors 65 and older who want to feel more comfortable using technology to connect with loved ones and access services and information that is available online. These free interactive sessions are designed to empower older adults like Mike Smith with the skills and confidence to safely navigate smartphones, computers, social media, and the internet.
Now, it said 65 and over, so I'm still under that radar there.
Just barely.
I'm 64.
I know it says that, but you know who could really use this is my mother.
Oh.
And she's not that old.
Ouch. Amy, I'll slap him for you as soon as we get off the air. Ohio State Fair officials have announced 2 additional concerts for the 2024 Ohio State Fair Concert and Event Series. The first concert that was announced back in January is Kids Bop Live, and the second announcement includes classic country and R&B soul music. Now, Alabama Roll On North America Tour, presented by Kenworth, with special guest Jade Eagleson. That's coming up on Thursday, July 25th at 7 p.m. And that is your topic headline. Boy, you're going to be in trouble when your mother sees you. Your headlines I thought you were going to say your grandmother.
Well, my mom, sometimes she just doesn't understand what to do on her phone because for the longest time, she didn't want to get a smartphone. And then when she did, she doesn't really know what she's doing on it.
Yeah. Now, I've been told by your dad that my Aunt Ruth, your grandmother Ruth, you can talk to your phone and it'll spell things out in text.
Yes.
And I apparently she sends and she says, I don't know how that happened.
Right. Yeah. She doesn't know.
But some of the family got some text that's like, what? And I, to be honest with you, I don't know how that happens. With spell check, something I know what I'm typing in, and what comes out on the page is like, that's not what I typed in there.
Right.
So, technology, there's some good things about it, but there's always a reason to double check your technology is taking over, because it could get you in trouble. Sports, a lot to talk about. We kind of teased this a little bit earlier about some of the all-conference and all-district teams that have been announced. We'll get to all that coming up here on the Wednesday edition of Litter Media Live. Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor, and on target for your needs. In fact, next Monday, I already have my maintenance appointment scheduled for them to come and check my furnace. Nothing's wrong with my furnace, but that's part of the maintenance deal. They want to make sure that they keep it running so you don't have problems. If that's something you've been looking for in a heating, cooling, and plumbing expert, give Accurate a call. Sports coming up.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
At Rathkamp Financial, we offer customized investment solutions and superior client service. We believe in long-term relationships and working to earn your continued trust. Our greatest satisfaction comes from working with clients for many years and helping them realize their dreams.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652.
Taking a look at sports, the All-SVC boys basketball team, that came out just after midnight this morning. Brody Clark of Westfall on the left. He is the SVC boys basketball player of the year. Brody was averaging 20 points a game. Unfortunately, his season came to an end in that broadcast game that Litter Media Radio had back on the 13th out at Zane Trace. He injured his knee with like 38 seconds to go before halftime and has not been able to return. Of course, their season came to a close, losing a heartbreaker to Piketon the other night without Brody as the player of the year in there. But all the same, congratulations to Brody on that award. Matt Hoops of Unioto is the SVC Coach of the Year for leading the Shermans to a 13-1 conference championship.
The District 14 Basketball Coaches Association has named their all-district teams for girls and boys. The girls' all-district player of the year for D2 is Miley Smith of Unioto, while Brian Bigham of Circleville is the coach of the year. Andrew Day of Adina is the girls' coach of the year in D3. The boys' all-district team has Isaiah Haithcock of Washington Courthouse as player of the year in D2, and Matt Hoops of Unioto as the coach of the year.
And speaking of Washington Courthouse, last night, the biggie, what an upset. I don't know that anybody saw this coming. Logan Elm was the number 14 seed. Washington was the number 3 seed. And Logan Elm in overtime pulls out the win 38-37. In that game, in the overtime, Logan Elm drives for a basket. The player is fouled with no time on the clock. So he's standing alone at the free throw line.
Right.
He makes one shot, game over. A shocker last night in Division II boys. Unioto almost blew their game against Sheridan. They won 81-75, but the Shermans had a 19-point lead at halftime. And Sheridan roared back to cut it, I think, at one point to 3 before Unioto pulled it out. Other winners include Jackson, Miami Trace, New Lex, Fairfield Union, Warren, and Marietta. In boys Division 4, Western beat Clay, New Boston beat Greene, White Oak over Meigs Eastern or Reedsville Eastern, and Ironton St. Joe beat East. Up in the Central District, Division III girls, Harvest Prep ended Liberty Union season, and Amanda Clear Creek continues to roll with a win over Northridge. Now, all of the tournament action involving any teams that we're covering tonight is out of the Central District. And here you have it. The girls, if I said girls, I didn't mean that. Boys, Division I sectional. Olentangy Orange at Tays Valley. Lancaster at Walnut Ridge. Logan at Olentangy Berlin. Division II is Hamilton Township at Buckeye Valley. D3 Northridge at Amanda Clear Creek. And I know this is kind of ironic that these were the two teams that played each other in girls action last night. Well, they're boys in almost the same matchups there. Liberty Union at Harvest Prep. D4 Byrne Union at Fisher Catholic, and Delaware Christian at Fairfield Christian, just inside of Lancaster. But follow our score page later tonight for all of those finals.
Litter Media Radio Tournament coverage opens Thursday with D2 Girls District Semi between Unoto and Marietta. And you and Tom Beard will be on the radio for that one. If you're looking for a place to listen, scan this QR code where you see it. Or if you're listening on the radio right now, you already know where to go.
just hang in there.
Yeah.
We'll be there tomorrow night, if you can stand to listen to us that long. Staying with the postseason play only in bowling, the Hillsborough Indians placed fourth in the boys' Division I sectional at Roll House Lanes in Fairfield. Hillsborough, assigned to the Southwest District, rolled a 3,879. I don't know how you say that in bowling terms, 3879, to finish behind sectional champ Oak Hills. Let's see. Then came Mason, St. Xavier, Hillsborough, Batavia, Fairfield, and LaSalle as district qualifiers. Now, the Indians will participate in the district tournament March 1st at Beaver. It's got VU. I don't know what that is. That's just the way Dan had it down in the story. It's in Beaver Creek. VU. What would VU be as far as bowling is concerned?
I have no idea. I can't think of anything
Beaver
that starts with
VU.
I don't know.
I'm stumped on that. Hillsborough girls will participate in the girls D2 sectional tournament. That's scheduled for Thursday at Crossgate Lanes in Blue Ash, which is just outside of Cincinnati. And that's a look at sports.
For now.
No games have been played yet, but workouts have begun for spring training for the Reds and Guardians, among other Major League Baseball teams. I think the Reds' first spring training game may be this Saturday, because I think I saw something on the Reds post the other day on Saturday that said this is the last Saturday that the Reds will not be playing through October. Yes, Saturday the Reds will open against Cleveland, and that's a 3:05 start, but it's exhibition baseball. Of course, they share the same spring training complex out in Arizona, Goodyear, Arizona. So it's here, folks, and there's high expectations for this Reds team this year. When we come back, we'll wrap up with this date in history. We're staying with a sports theme from 1948. All that ahead on Litter Media Live.
First, let's tell you about Litter Quality Propane. There's no bill when there's a fill. Contact Litter Quality Propane today about our metered gas service at litterpropane.com.
You haven't had vodka soda like this. No one has. Made with the world's smoothest vodka plus real juice. New White Claw Vodka Soda.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Each week, Litter Media presents the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week. If you have an athlete to nominate, any amateur athlete is eligible. Simply visit littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. At the end of the year, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Make your nominations now at littermedia.com. Click on Player of the Week.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
This day in history brings us back to 1948. What were you doing in 1948?
I wasn't even a sparkle in my parents' eyes.
Oh, wow. You want to know what was happening in 1948?
I don't think they were married yet. Oh.
Well, in 1948, the National Association for Stock Car Racing, or NASCAR as it will come to be widely known, is officially incorporated. NASCAR racing will go on to become one of America's most popular spectator sports, as well as a multi-billion-dollar industry. The driving force behind the establishment of NASCAR was William Bill France Sr., a mechanic and auto repair shop owner from Washington, D.C., who in the mid-1930s moved to Daytona Beach, Florida. And this trophy you see here is not courtesy of Bill and Linda Herrnstein.
They just can't get enough of the attention today.
But it's named after Bill France Sr. It's the Bill France Sr. trophy.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Yeah. I thought that Bill and Linda probably thought this is what they're getting for the Statehood Achievement Award. But no, this is for NASCAR. So 1948. I think I've seen some video of the first races. They were actually held on the beach.
Really?
You got these cars running up and down the beach.
Have you ever been to a NASCAR race?
I have not.
Neither have I.
I've been to dirt track racing,
right.
Here in the area, but never a NASCAR. Now, Dan, I think he's been on a NASCAR track. I believe he and his wife were in a... they call it a NASCAR experience or something like that.
Yeah.
Where you can get in the car with a professional, and I don't know if they let you drive. Maybe they do. But you're going around the track at like 100 and some miles an hour. And
it doesn't sound like something they'd let you drive.
Probably not.
I doubt it.
I hesitate to say that I've never been in a car crash that I was driving in, because today it'll probably happen after I said that.
Right.
But I have been in an accident, a couple of accidents. My mom was in one, driving, and I think I was in a vehicle with another fella. It was broad daylight. It was real snowy out, and cars slid off the road, but fortunately nobody was hurt in the second one. There was some bicyclists hurt when the one my mom was in. Thing of it is, she was behind a pickup truck.
Right.
It was raining. The pickup truck stopped. She didn't see the brake lights, and she veered off into a yard to the right to avoid hitting the pickup truck. Well, here came two teenage boys on bicycles. They were riding on the wrong side of the road, but the insurance company paid for new bikes for them, even though they were on the wrong side. Yeah. I never could figure that out. Mom got cited for a sure clear distance, but yeah.
I've hit a couple deer in my day.
Have you ever had a deer hit you?
Well,
in a car?
See, what they do is they'll look like they're about to run off into the woods, and then they'll see my car coming, and they'll turn around and jump in front of it for some reason.
Yeah. I can't remember if I have ever been driving when we hit a deer, but when Laura and I were dating, we were in the back. Now be careful how I word this. In the back of her parents' car, but they were in the front driving down 35. And a deer literally came up and ran into the back of their car as it was going down Route 35. Now, usually the deer's in front of you when you hit it.
Yeah, I don't understand.
But this was like a kamikaze deer or something.
I don't understand what the problem with deer is, because you go into the woods and you step on a twig and they'll scatter.
Yeah.
But they see a 3-ton hunk of metal coming at it and they're like, I need to figure out what this is.
Yeah, it's probably like they're betting with their doe or whatever. Hey, I bet you I can get across there before this car comes along.
Yeah. They're playing chicken.
Unfortunately for some of them, the semi is no match for them. And I've been noticing a lot of coyotes dead on the road after being hit.
Yeah.
But coyotes are a lot more populous in our area than what they were when I was a kid. Well, that's going to cover it for today. Don't forget, tomorrow we have our daily program at 11, and then our Litter Media pregame show at noon. We'll be promoting The game of that night, as Aaron already told you a little bit earlier, that's Unioto girls against Marietta at 8. We're scheduled to do a doubleheader on Friday night, and I believe a triple header on. So I've been trying to talk Dan out of that. It's like, are you crazy or something? But he must. His wife must have ordered him out of the house or something, because that's going to be like a 12-hour day. But we'll talk more about that coming up on the pregame show at noon tomorrow. Any final thoughts?
Listen to us on the radio if you're not already.
And do you want to do the Litter Media Radio out cue?
Yeah, but we got to end the Facebook view stream first.
Well, I thought I did.
Okay. Oh, well, goodbye, Facebook viewers. Officially goodbye.